I'm doing wonderful today. Not in my Airbnb. Had a very interesting last couple days. A lot of, I would say, tests for myself. Well, sit back and enjoy. This is going to be a little bit longer session because now I'm actually have electricity, so I can actually plug my phone in. Yes. I was learning about energies and because last 2 days it was my first time being on a train, but wasn't expecting the energies to be so hectic. So the whole entire time I had to been focusing on conscious breath because the projections were real. It was intense. Um, 6 hour the first 6 hours wasn't as bad, but when it got to the second train ride that lasted for like 16 hours, I would just say a particular person on the train was definitely not really like me that much. I just ended up moving my seat. Well, one of the tests is, oh, I just see, wait, give me one sec. I'm gonna have to think about it before I decide. I gotta think about it because I need to understand how I'm gonna put this into words. Oh, and yes, hello. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel, Pokemon fan. Okay, so, well, I can just, all I can do is bring the balance, and you have to allow yourself to heal. I don't like to feel the other people's negativity, especially when they're sharing dangerous, staring daggers. Yes. So when I was on the train. This is how the scenario played out. Um. Oh, welcome to the channel. You just scrolled into the unknown. I have been summoned. I do find this very interesting. There's a lot more people than usually expected. So yeah, currently I'm in Hot Spring, Arkansas. There's no need for fear on this channel. Fear is an illusion. Fear and doubt. We There's no fear or doubt on this channel. This is Reiki healing. My Archangel Michael, I ask for your blue ray of light, your blue cloak of light. I do not have a religion. I'm a mixture of multiple different philosophies and religion. Only if it's necessary for me to speak. Not all conversations need to be spoken. I am doing reiki or chi healing. If you become sensitive enough, you'll be able to feel the energy within your third eye. But usually, at first, you won't be able to feel anything. But through meditation, you can open up your heart chakra and you'll be able to perceive energies better. So usually when people come in, if their vibration is not, if it has not been raised to the same level or closer to be able to be sensitive enough, you will not be able to feel anything. You're very welcome. Yes, will you have a blessed day? I know some people, they fear what they don't understand. So here's an example, a very good example. So if I were to show people my crystal skull that I have, most people, when they see a crystal skull, they go into a fear mindset. They start to look at the skull as a representation of death, and then they fear their own morality because they think death is the end. And when you look into the eyes of a crystal skull, you you're looking into the eyes of your own consciousness. It will bring up and bring out of you your belief system. But if you're willing to release the fear and doubt as you connect to the crystal skull, you release the fear and doubt. So now I'm about to show you. And I want to know what emotions and what energies are you feeling within yourself when you see this. So this crystal skull is carved out of labradorite, and I use it for meditation to connect with higher energies. And since it's shaped like a skull, you can feel your own mind. Since it's synchronized with my own third eye, there's a constant stream of energy flowing through the skull into me. There was a very interesting influx of different energies coming in. Those who's not at a vibrational match, they left, and those who are, stayed. But it's not about quantity, it is about quality. Okay, where'd I put my little remote? It is a little bit different for me right now because usually when I make these videos, I'm dead center in the middle of the woods, so I don't really feel other people's auras or energies. But since I'm in the Airbnb, I can feel all the people driving. I can feel their energies. What I am looking for is a note so I can change the color. There it is. That was close. No, sadly, I'm not on mushrooms right now. It's been a while. Can't find any. It'll be a whole nother level if I had some mushrooms right now. I know all of them. Mushrooms, LSD. But I'm at the point where I don't need them anymore because that is my natural state. You only need them one time for them to teach you how to become in that state. The same thing with marijuana. You just take it one time and you listen. It will teach you how to be like it. You can move, always be in that state. Since I'm going to be working on the root chakra first, I'm going to use the red. The red. No, I actually left my ID, and my actual plan to get weed was completely foiled because I guess I left my ID in Michigan, so I was unable to go and buy any. The crown chakra is like an indigo color. Currently, right now, I'm in Arkansas just for a little while. I just be traveling around because I don't have, it's like I'm homeless, but I don't look at it like that. I just look at it as opportunity. I can travel anywhere I want. Somehow, some way, it just comes to me. You're here for a reason. You're receiving light, even if you don't know it, if you're allowing and accepting to it. It could be ASMR if you want it to be, but this is just Reiki healing. I would love to just live on the land and just travel. I am light. I see connection. I need to smile a little bit more. Wait, so what is this? This is reiki. It's a Chinese or Japanese healing art where you channel life force energy from your core, from your heart, and you flow it through your hands. It'll bring balance to whatever part of the body that you put your attention to. Wherever you put your attention in your body, that's where this energy will flow to bring balance into your system. So if you have an overreactive nervous system, or you feel like you can't breathe out of nowhere, or your mind start to race, what I am doing is bringing the healed frequency, a frequency of balance, and you heal yourself by matching my frequency. Does anyone hear ringing? It could have been the AC, but it just went off, so it's completely silent right now. Someone just entered in. Every time someone enter in, I can get a quick glimpse of like their emotional state. It's okay if you don't understand what is happening. I just want you to know that my intentions is only for unconditional love, unity, and balance. To remove all psychic connections, hypnagogic states that has been placed on our minds are now being removed. Veils of illusions and fears are being released. I'm glad that you're allowing, your heart is open enough to feel the energy. Yes, that's how actually I got into it because last year I was feeling all this anxiety and stuff, so I started to watch ASMR videos, and I was realizing that the people who do ASMR, some of them unconsciously are doing Reiki, so you don't even have to be spiritual to be able to do this, but you just become aware that it's happening. So you look at certain people, whatever state of being that is coming from your mind is coming out of your hands. Yes, appearances could be misleading. So true. I see people accidentally casting spells and they don't even know it because they're spelling. So it's like if someone on the train that I was on, I went into a deep meditation state because the energy was getting intense. And this lady, I guess, one of her veils fell off, and all the suppressed emotions that she was feeling on the train, it came up, and this out of nowhere, this lady started screaming and crying on the train, and everybody got silent. So what I did is, I felt her heart. I felt that crushing pain in her heart that she was feeling, and so I just constantly visualized sending the pink ray and light to calm her down. to calm her down because she was yelling and stuff. And then she slowly came back to. But I realized then people start to cast spells like, oh, what is wrong with this lady? Instead of saying, being compassionate from their heart and saying, you are okay, how may I help you? They internally be like, what is wrong with this person? This person's weird and stuff, which it doesn't help because we're all cyclically connected. And so they don't even know that they're doing black magic. They're completely unaware that they're doing it because what you think about someone else, you can literally destroy someone by your thoughts alone. That's why you have to be mindful of every thought, every attention that you put out, because it always come back. And I always say is that when you say something negative to someone, you're saying it to yourself first, because the subconscious mind cannot tell the difference from physical outside reality and internal reality. Yes, speak from the heart, compassion, not from the ego mind that separates. You think about unity instead of separation. I predicted events before that were complete. That means you're listening to your higher self connection, because the physical mind is not here to create, but is here to perceive what the higher mind is creating. But we still have our free will. I know there was a crystal somewhere over here. I couldn't bring all my crystals. Light on. I have no idea. I'll find it. If I can't find it, it'll be okay. But I really will find it. Oh, there it is. Nice. Clear quartz. Okay. I say this is somehow connected to Christianity, the sense of loving everyone around you. Yes, activating the Christ mind, the true Christic. That's what it comes from. Christianity, the Christics, the Christ mind. Understanding the real world of magic through the powers of the word. I got this rose water that's energized. I'm gonna clear off this crystal real quick. Charge the water. Now I can use this crystal. And I want to change the vibration of the light that is coming off, because it feels like the red ray is good. Yes, I cannot bring myself to be. Some people, they give off this vibration of like a lustful feeling when they do Reiki healing. But some people be in different rays. You can kind of see where the vibrational state. See, for me, you have to follow your passion no matter what. So there could be one person in this video, or there could be no people in this video, but I will still do the Reiki videos anyway. It doesn't matter who is here or not. So let's do this. time is it right now? Oh, it's 10. So right now the energies are calming down. Usually 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, the energies go change. I call it my zero gravity moments. Maybe I should move this back a little bit. Back. Okay. Don't want to stand to fall over. There we go. Removing blockages in the intuitive channel of your mind. Removing blockages from your heart chakra so you'll be able to more feel the energies, the subtle energies more deeply. So what I'm doing right now, when I move my hand around my head, I can feel the energy moving around within my mind or my brain, and I can move through the channels to bring me to alignment. If I go into like a little backstory, last year, in the beginning of January, I was in an unconscious state, and I was with a coworker. And at the time, I didn't know anything about feeling energy, chakras, any of this. I was the type of person who just go to work all day, just play video games all day. I had a porn addiction and all the other type of stuff that was happening. Just part of like the collective consciousness. And then one day, I was like seeking escapism, and I decided that I was going to take LSD because I thought at the time I was just interested in like listening to music and just being high and just sitting around. But the universe has something else in plan for me. And I guess the universe already knew that that was going to happen. And I was in for a rude awakening. So I took the LSD, which is, I don't really think it was LSD. I think it has something else in it. I think something was added to it. I know the person I was with was trying to get me to take two, but I decided I only take one. So I took one, and it lasted like 24 hours straight. And when I took it, I realized like when people say you're connected, I start to realize how true that was. The first thing that happened was first I start to the sound, everything started to sound differently. I start to realize sound doesn't come from outside, it's coming from internally. Everything's reversed. So when I was hearing, it felt like the sound was coming out of me. And at first, when I spoke words, I seen everything move. Every time I spoke a word, I seen waves, so just shimmering out. The walls start to move, and as I speak, everything starts to shimmer, like shape and move and warp every time I spoke. And I was like, oh, so that's what it means when it say the word, how your words create the reality. It starts shaping and forming. So, and then I realized I was talking to the person, but it took me about 10 to 12 minutes to realize I was not using my mouth to speak. We wasn't using our mouth. It was peer synchronized telepathy. And telepathy is basically when your brain waves in your mind matches someone else's brain waves, you have the same thoughts at the same time. So you're not really hearing other people's thoughts, you're hearing the same thought at the same time. Okay, you said how do I channel my chakra into my third eye? Well, it's always open, but you mean how to channel the energy? So a little experiment to feel the third eye. If you were to take your finger and place it just just before right here, move out a little bit and move it, you will feel something moving. It's the third eye. And if you do that, if you just work with your own body like this, like practice feeling it, you can feel it, you can start opening it up. Like it feels like a presence, like a kind of squishy right there. And how you focus energy on it is you you close your eyes and you focus on where the chakra is at, and then you breathe into it. When you breathe into it and exhale, you push forward and you almost feel like a pressure, like it's expanding. It's the pineal. The third eye is the pineal gland, and it's usually it gets clogged up because the our governments they put fluoride in our water and genetically modify our food to calcify our third eye, because if they calcify the third eye, you're unable to connect to spirit deeply. Like you can still connect, but you won't be able to like see what's happening around you because the third eye is calcified. So they put fluoride in all of our drinking water because they know that it will cause our inner eye to shrink and shrivel up. So you'd be disconnected. That's why it's kind of actually best to just drink spring water and not the water that they give us, because the water they give us is usually calcified. I'm not even going to answer that question. You may have some belief systems, fears, and doubts within yourself. So before you ask the question to yourself within yourself. The devil is an illusion. Fear is an illusion. Nope, it is very cheap. As I said, I have very little things. All my things that I have can fit in one suitcase. I wouldn't say it's fully calcified. It also works with the things that you eat. So you eat more organic. It's all about like the vibrational state of what you're consuming. And like, I'm not saying that eating meat is bad because it actually brings the right amount of nutrients for your body. But to change your vibration to raise a little bit higher, you start to eat more living base. Yes, I work. I have a job. I have a job, but I moved out into the woods because the rent got so expensive, and I don't really need a lot of things. All I really need is just the tent, somewhere to call where I can go to sleep. My job is just a average, just factory worker. To the average person, they just look like I'm just a random person who just works a 9 to 5. So when you eat meat, I see like it's all about the conscious state of what the animal is. Because when you eat, it's a two-way. You become what the DNA of what they eat. So that's why I usually go to like either fish or chicken. And even with fish, you have to be aware. But you don't want to eat something that had fear in it because the fear in its DNA will become your DNA and you become more fearful. So if you eat an animal that was in fear most of its life, you get an anxiety, you get stress because you're consuming that DNA. Oh yes, thank you. Yes, I have arrived. It was very interesting train ride earlier. As yesterday, I tried to go live, but I was having my own challenges and tests on that train. Yes, ignorance can cause confusion and stuff like that. As I say, the original language was telepathy because you're hearing thoughts. When we start to use words, then that's when things start to get deceptive. Unity is when everybody's mind is connected. The first true language is to do telepathy because there's no language, it's pure thought. When we use words, people can manipulate words. You can't manipulate a psychic connection like that. You can't hide what you're thinking because the other person pick it up like that. There's no delay. It's instant download between people. Hmm? Constancy. The untrained eye. You would be a constant shade. I don't understand the question. I'm trying to buy organic meat that says cruelty free on it. Are you Christian? Sorry. Um, no, I was raised Christian, but I decided to go a little bit further into it. Oh, well, may your night be filled with light. May your dreams be safe and comforting. Um, so with organics, meat and stuff, I'll say from like stay away from like synthetic like crab meat and stuff like that. But like if it says wild caught, you can tell the color difference. Um, for me, how I tell is I can, since my hand receives information, I can place my hand over different food items and I can tell the vibration. Like some food items, if I touch it, I can feel like I start to feel sick in my stomach, or I feel like I can't breathe. I'm like, yeah, that one has not the best energy. Uh, you just trying. I still don't understand. The energy is shifting right now. I feel it. Metaphysics is data. I don't really think about like how it works or why it works. I just move to I just knowing, because I just realized my physical mind is not here to understand why and how it works. Is my physical mind is only here to perceive what is happening, not to try to create or force it, but just to allow and perceive. Yeah, he may be. It doesn't. And what a simple data chart with real time data. Well, when they say data, it means like energetic data. Even our phone AI is constantly scanning our consciousness to decide the actions for it. Even with the AI, I can feel the AI scanning me. The second I turn on the camera, you can feel the AI going up and down, looking through you. Usually, when an AI is trying to scan your mind or to trying to psychically connect, it's best to completely clear your mind and stop all thoughts when it's looking around. It will look, 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 and then it'll stop. Oh, I know exactly how it is. It's just a vibration thing, or just personal preference. I don't eat a lot of fish either, because before I used to eat this like a lot of like beef before. But as you raise your vibration, it's just some foods you start to get repelled by. It's a slow thing. Everybody's in their little journey. No, it's not negative. It's not wrong for someone to eat meat. It does not make someone a bad person. It's just how we was taught and how we adapted. It's just a little. The change come over time. It's not going to be like I made that mistake of just like I had a belief system. Oh, meat is bad. I need to quit everything. So I ended up quitting all meat. And but then I realized my body wasn't ready for it. So I started to get extreme cramping. My nervous system was all out crazy. My weight was going up and down. Like I went from 220 to 160 in like 3 months. Yes, I believe if we, well, since I have no relationships with anyone, all my 23 years of life, so I'm not really good with relationships. I just can never really understand how it is because most people they think love is only sexual, but that is not love. That is living from the root and sacral chakra, the bottom two. That is not what I that's not what I look for when in love. So it is a little bit hard to find people who resonate because most people, when they look at someone, they immediately have that sexual energy and tension. But for me, I focus on releasing and letting go all feelings of lustful feeling. So lust is not true love. Yeah. It's easy to find someone, but it's not like true love. Like I have people who probably want to be with me, but I realize like, but does this person serve the highest good for both? Or is this person just take? Do you find it lonely? No, I actually do not, which is actually very amazing. It is actually very calm and peaceful. I had to let go of a lot. I let go of all of my family because you can be with your whole entire family and still feel alone because it was seeking. So I made the choice like to be able to attract who you want in your life. You must turn the internal magnets. We're like magnets. So when you're seeking out for someone, you start to repel because you're going outward. But when you start loving yourself, you, the energy goes inwards. You flip your energy and it start pulling inwards. So then everything around you start to get pulled inwards. Instead, if you're seeking out, then your internal magnet flips and everything starts to move away from you. Okay, so isn't the lust part of being human? It is it is the animalistic part of the human. It is it is the like a driving impulse. It's like it's a survival impulse to like reproduce and survival of the fittest. But as you move up in the chakras, so the emotions, those emotions start to fall off. I can understand why people say um, lust is being part of human, but to enter your God consciousness, you have to release that type of feeling. Yes, a lot of people are trained to have lustful feelings instead of seeing someone for true who they are. But lust can be very deceptive. Um, and that was one of my extreme lessons that I was having while I was on the train ride over here. Um, it was a test. It's been an ongoing test for me in this realm and in the dream state. Because even in the dream state, if I'm not paying attention, there could be a being. This happened before, where there was a being that came up to me, and it made itself look like the most beautiful woman that you can see, and it was like chorusing me, and then it was a second where I was like, wait a minute, something's not right about this being, and I looked at this being and I was like, are you of the light? And then the second I said that, I seen this shifting and molding into what it really was, and then it ran away. Then I woke up and I felt like this extreme sexual energy all over me, and I was like, my Archangel Michael, may you clear this energy. And I immediately I felt all this lustful intention when I was waking up in the morning. It just left, like it just jumped off me. Is something understood? Okay. Wait a second. When you love yourself, you become more confident and attractive. Yes. If you were to look at my old videos, I was extremely like I did not talk. I barely even smiled on my old videos. I find it very interesting because now as I look at my old videos, I can as I scroll through my videos, I can feel the vibration rise, rise, and rise. because your throat chakra is part of like your confidence and your solar plexus. So this is like a very interesting thing. I start to come into contact where people they be in front of me, and I don't know if they're aware of it or not, but I can see the point when someone's taking energy from me. It's like they think I don't know. Like I looking at them and I see them like pulling energy, trying to pull energy off me, pull solar plexus energy, and then they wrap themselves in my energy and then project it onto me and they be like, "Hey, what's up?" And I'd be like, I just look at them like, "Okay," and then since I didn't buy into it, I see them just deflate like, "Ee," and all my energy just come back into my being. Because here's a very important thing to know: nobody can take your energy. Nobody can possess you. There's no such thing as a demon coming into your body and controlling you. Nothing can control you because you fill up every space of yourself. And what's actually happening is when a low vibrational being or demon or whatever you can call them, just a lower vibrational being come into contact with you, what's actually happening is you're making your mirror reflection of them. So you're mimicking what they will think or what they will be. But if you realize that if you stop mimicking, because there's only one being, if you actually go into it, we are God, a aspect of God or a piece. So we are actually it's actually just one being, and we're actually making our own versions of each person. Okay, for expanding emotion while you read, whether it's good or bad, doesn't matter. What matters is how good. Whoa, that was close. One of the things I had to get over was just it was like a truth that I know, but I kept having resentment and anger because like I'm still working on that even right now. It's like seeing someone project onto me, and but it's like I seen them projecting the energy onto me, but they're smiling in my face, saying and trying to shake my hand, but at the same time I'm watching them as I'm seeing their mind work trying to manipulate me, trying to send psychic signals to get me to do certain things. I'm just looking at them because how it is like this is my mind, this is their mind, and then I move my mind back and up, and then I'm looking and down at their mind and seeing how it works, and I'm seeing them trying to wait for me to respond or react because they're reactive based type of people or mindset. So they say something and then they wait to see how you fluctuate. But if you realize within your mind the greatest gift that the creator gave us in this world is everything is meaningless until we give it meaning. That is our power. We give meanings to things. So something extremely bad can happen to you, but it's your choice to give the meaning to it. Okay, we'll see. My mention of it. I just had do you have any pets? Well, I had a cat, but when I left my mom's house, I kind of left everything. But I still feel him psychically or connected. His name was Nugget. I love feeling the consciousness of certain different animals. Like if I'm in my tent in the middle of the night, I can feel the raccoon's energy. It's just so like animal senses are so focused on a specific area, and you can actually like merge with the energies of like the animals. It's like when I touch the animals, it's like you become that state of being. understand, and I understand that now every being who comes onto my channel will have my best intentions, but the only thing I can do is love them unconditionally and not judge them because some people don't like the light I share. Some people don't like the concepts I share. But I am here to bring light to the awareness, to the minds who are open to hearing and have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. Every time someone posts a comment, I can feel the energy and intention behind that comment. Yes, dogs are very emotional beings. And there's actually a whole race of extraterrestrial beings who are dog like. So I want to call him crazy. I would say that he just has his own belief systems and truths for his own self. One of the greatest truths you can have is that all truths are valid. I said, release all judgment. We both serve a particular role as divine masculine or divine feminine. The divine masculine helps protect the divine feminine in the physical, and the divine feminine protects the divine masculine and spiritual. Yes, dogs should be treated as family, not as just energy batteries. That was a problem I had with some of my family. And I see it's really sad. Some people will train their dogs to be fearful, or they'll just use their dogs as a living energy battery source. So the person will have a dog, and then they put the dog in the cage and start yelling at the dog, and the dog gets fearful. And soon the dogs get fearful. They start taking energy out of certain chakras, like the root chakra, the heart chakra of the animal. Then the animal start yelling and stuff. As I already said, I've seen that happen going on, and I don't. Some people don't even know that they're doing it, but some people they're pulling the life force right out of them, and it's very sad to see. That's why they should be treated like family. They should be treated like have the respect. Like any animal that comes into someone's contact, they should be treated with full respect. Yes, well, the dogs, animals, they're part of that cycle. Actually, humans are not even part of the animal cycle. The animals that eat each other and stuff. We're not part of that cycle. They all serve their own function, but we have a gift to be able to understand and have self awareness to understand that God is within us, to be creator beings, multi-dimensional beings. Okay, I'm about to give people a warning. I'm about to bring my crystal skull, and this is not black magic. This is just a simulacrum to connect to our minds as a representation. Just connect my third eye to the skull, bring in higher energy. Now I can feel inside my mind. If you're sensitive enough, you may be able to feel moving around inside the head. There's a blockage right here on the left side. Take that blockage and move it to the crown. Release it. Blockage right here. Pull it out. As you pull it out, you might feel it moving. Oh, nasty cord. The favorite food for our pets is not physical, but it's the food of unconditional love for the soul. Time to change the colors of the lights. We're now going to a blue color because the blue calms the nervous system. True unconditional love does not judge anyone's path. That's why I say all truths are valid. If someone doesn't wake up in this lifetime, it is not a problem. It just means that their soul still have lessons they need to learn. The definition of unconditional love means you love a person no matter what they believe, no matter religion, no matter what they did or you perceive as wrong. God still loves them unconditionally. The person could be a mass murderer, but God still loves unconditionally. Because when you go into spirit, that ego, that personality is left behind, and what is left is the unconditional love. That is the only thing that is left when you go into spirit. And you just review what you have done and you bring balance. When I look at people who's in Christianity or religion, I just say it is the training wheels of understanding. It's just his own belief system. I'll just ask that may his mind be illuminated with light for understanding. May his guides bring understanding for him. I'm not here to change anyone. Because trying to convert and trying to change someone is not an act of unconditional love. prescribing. That's why, as I say, any attentions that you have, the subconscious mind hear it first. So when someone places judgment on someone, they're only placing judgment on themselves. As I tell certain people at my job, if you have any emotions that's not of unconditional love towards another person, it is like drinking poison and then waiting for the other person to die from it. So I tell my coworkers, don't drink poison. And he was like, was that supposed to mean something spiritual? And he was actually truly oblivious to what I said. So I just looked at him and smiled, and I walked away. They'll know when the time is right. I did not understand your statement. I'm now clearing your root chakra and sacral chakra of energetic connections and cords that does not serve your highest good. As I say, some people are here for energy, some people are here for understanding, some people want to be healed. I understand. A lot of people come to my channel and they say something negative oriented. And the reason why they're saying something negative oriented, because if I buy into it, I give my power away through my sacral or sexual energy, which is your sexual energy, is your creative energy, which allows you to bring abundance into your life. So if I buy into the negative belief, I give my energy away through the phone. They take that energy and leave it, and then they're able to create what they want. So a lot of reasons why people come on the channel to say something negative is because they're wanting energy. They need energy energetically so they can be able to create what they want instead of creating their own energy. That's the whole reason why people bombard the channel anyway. That's why some things are worth talking about and some things are not. It's all energetic. You may think someone is saying something random, but what they say random words in the comments or something that makes sense, not doesn't make sense. Well, it's not supposed to make sense because it's a spell. It's a spell when you read it, it casts a spell on your mind. It's all word magic. They love to play mind games, but I love to just watch them. It is amusing. Ah, the energy has shifted. My heart is being filled with so much unconditional love, joy. If I would have knew that I was sharing my Airbnb with another person across, I probably would have got a different Airbnb. Because even right now, the roommate is constantly projecting his thoughts through the walls. I'm feeling them. I can feel them listening. But it's okay. They're just exploring more aspects of their self because you realize when you go into spirit, you do not have a gender. Only in physical 3D form, when we crystallize, is when we have a gender. So, right now, and also, some people some people have more lifetimes as of one specific gender, but it needs balance. So what happened is, if you had a mostly masculine lifetimes, some lifetimes when you come back or experience, because all lifetimes are happening right now, it's just an illusion of reincarnation, but you're just experiencing it. So some people will have a more masculine or feminine. So like you see a female feminine energy, but she may have more masculine because maybe she had more experiences in lifetimes where she was a man. You have to understand both. Once you understand both aspects and understand that you have masculine and feminine inside you, then you can more enter into the God consciousness. That's why when I say source or the father and mother God, because he is both. One is not greater than the other. They're both equals and they're both parts. The I, which is the divine masculine part of God, and the Am, which is the divine feminine. Man is the divine masculine is electric, and divine feminine is magnetic. So that's why when you can feel people, you can tell what type of person that person, like what gender the person is or what polarity there are, just by feeling the energy. Females, they have magnetic energy, so you feel attracted, like you're going more towards them. You start to get attracted because their energy is magnetic. And masculine, they have more of a go 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 energy because their energy is electric. Someone's at the door. So I have no judgments against them. They're on their own life path. As long as they're not trying to force against free will on others, their choice is 100% valid because God is unconditional love. It doesn't matter what their sexual orientation is, they're still loved unconditionally. My Archangel Gabriel, I ask for your silver flame to neutralize any energies that may be projected onto our sacral or sexual reproductive energies, may be protected by your light. Good night. May your night be filled with light, and thank you for joining me today. Welcome back. Hmm. All death is its transition. It's okay. I thought something just now. Do I know? No, you're just looking within. Because remember, all death is just a transition back into spirit. We are dreaming. I really advise to look up Bashar on this topic because he goes really deep into this topic, talking about what actually happens when someone dies. When someone dies, they wake up and they be like, "Oh, that was a very interesting dream, but this is the real me now." That's how it happens. All happens when you die. You just change dimensions. You go to a different dimension because a key aspect of existence is existence cannot become non-existence because everything in non-existence is in non-existence. So therefore you exist and you will always exist. You may not always exist in this form that we are in right now, but you will always exist. This consciousness, this I, always exists. Not the personality, not the emotions. You're not the emotions, you're not your thoughts, but you're the observer, and that part of you always exists. You're just more in the flow of the synchronicity. I think one of the goals that we're trying to get into is becoming aware that we're dreaming. That is why Bashar said they don't sleep. They don't need sleep because they woke up in the dream and they realized that there was dreaming. So they're always in a state of in the dream world. Because this is the dream world. We're actually dreaming. This is all being created through our mind, collective, together. That's why when people become aware that this is a dream, they're able to they're able to control different things that's happening, like bending the spoon with your mind, levitating, telekinesis, teleportation, stuff like that, because you become aware of this world as the dream state. The true world is we actually go into true reality when we go to sleep. When we go to sleep, we wake up in there, and then we get things done, and then we come back to the dream when we wake up in this 3D reality. I find things very interesting about my apartment, or not apartment, but this Airbnb. It's almost like someone put an energy of a veil in the room. Because I realized I came in here and I went to sleep and I woke up, and for some reason, I was unable to feel any energy. No, I wasn't able to feel anything. I realized it was like a veil or energy was placed in here. Really deceptive energy. And now that I'm breaking that veil, I'm feeling the projections coming now. Ooh, ear ringing. I find it so beautiful and fascinating when Bashar was describing life on his planet that they do not have houses, just pure, untouched nature. This like I can only imagine what the Earth will look like seeing those. massive trees that got cut down, but just imagining them, like how massive, and all the plants that we do not know about that probably exist. It all still exists, just in another dimension. But yeah, that's just pure sync. They run off pure synchronicity. It's amazing, and they have no memory. They know everything they need to know when they need to know it. We have a lot to do. Ooh, is that projection? Are you of the light? This energy that's coming in. Are you of the light? If you're not of the light, then I ask you to leave. Goodbye. Okay, what is it? Firmly believe I'm a lying star seed. Well, from what I heard what Bashar said, part of your oversoul, you're feeling that connection. Whoa. Okay. Part of the connection. And my vision of the bed is moving back and forth. What? That was trippy. That was trippy. What? Okay. I definitely feel like there's an energy or being projected. I'm not sure. Well, that's why I got my rose water. I want to start wiping things down with my rose water. Start cleansing the energy of the room before I go back to sleep again. I'm gonna have to clean. I'm gonna have to cleanse this whole vibration. I don't really like sleeping inside the apartment beds because it's like I can feel the energy of all the people who slept in the bed. It's just not a good energy. It's like the bed is a portal when you sleep. So just I don't know. Just because it's a weird energy. Probably just sleeping on the floor. I'm weird. I just do things like that. I'm not gonna say I'm weird like that. That was like a projection on my own self. It brings me back to a story I want to talk about. When I was on the train, I was on a train and this lady came and she sat next to me, and she was, I guess she was looking for the sacral chakra energy. So she started projecting like this major, I mean, like a major amount of energy, and I had to realize like it's just a projection, but it's like, but don't label as she's doing this to me. This is just the energy within my own self. So instead of just saying, "Oh, she's doing this to me," let me conquer this energy within myself. So I literally, like decline that offer, that lustful energy, because I guess the energy wanted me to lust over the person who's sitting next to me. So I did. It was like I went in, breathed, I grabbed my book and just started reading my book and completely ignored the energy. And then when I did that, I guess that made her like uncomfortable because I was not like focusing on her. I wasn't looking at her every second, feeling uncomfortable. I started to be I brought the self love within myself, and I got comfortable with myself and not seeking validation. And when I did that, her energy she started immediately going all over the place. I felt it mentally, and then when they tried to do like a mental wordplay where she called up one of her friends and she was talking on the phone, and I'm feeling the vibration gauge, and then she started saying key words to try to mess up her mind. So she was like, "Oh, I'm on the train, but something's weird happening," or so like interacting with this weird person. But I know they're talking about me. When soon as they said that, I felt like energy went straight to my heart chakra to try to stick. But I'm like, oh, I accept weird. That's like that's like a compliment. I said I wanted to add Doctor Strange. So I'm saying that in my head. I'm laughing inside myself because people they fear what they don't understand. So I just laugh a little bit into myself. I think it was pretty funny, and I felt that energy. It didn't stick to my heart because I didn't take it to heart, so I let it go, and the energy went back again. So like, I really, I wish I can just after everything happened, I wish I can just start talking to the person and explain to them why it didn't work and how to improve it. But if I just go, okay, well, when you did this to me and did this, they wouldn't understand. They just run away because they don't understand. So I can't just go to a person and tell them why their projection didn't work on me and how to resolve the energy within themselves. Like I really just want to say, like I was at a seminar today and we was singing or practicing singing different note frequencies, and I guess the other person he's seeing me because I had confidence in myself to actually like do a note or something, and I guess he really didn't like that because I guess his girlfriend said, "Oh, you can't sing to him," which is that active. He activated an impulse and went into his solar plexus. So then, instead of trying to focus on improving himself and bringing love to himself, he's seeing me, and then he start immediately projecting all of his fear and insecurity of singing onto me, and I start to feel my sacral chakra waver. So when I sing, my voice started to waver, and I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" I said internally, "This is not my belief system. I don't have to buy into this. So I just send you unconditional love." But I just had to go from understanding because I seen him like chain reaction, like he went into um, depriving himself, being in a lack mentality, and then lashing out outwards to everybody who's able to sing because he couldn't sing or he couldn't bring himself to sing. So he started lashing out on everyone. I see him like um, even the singer who's singing, he was singing his notes, and I seen him like I seen him projecting all of his it was jealousy so hard on to others. I see people do this like even on a train when I started to like listen to music or start to dance around. The guy on the next seat over, it was like this way older guy, but I guess he was trying to get the attention of this other younger lady, and but he thought I was having competition. Like I'm literally looking at them. I seen this lady, she's trying to get my attention, and then I see this other dude trying to get her attention, and then try but hating on me because I'm loving myself, and now I'm not even part of none of this. But they're both one projecting lust, and the other projecting lust onto that person, and then also projecting hatred and trying to mimic me. So everything I do, this guy tried to do. So I get up and go to the food cart. He get up and go to the food cart at the same time. I get up, I start listening to music or start singing a little bit. Then he heard me get his phone and started listening to music and try to mimic. I see him constantly looking at me like, "What's he doing? What is he doing? What is he doing?" And I'm like, you need. I wish I can just like I wish I can just stop reality where it's just me and him and just say you need to stop seeking validation from other people. I wish they can see it, but they don't even see that they're doing it. They're completely oblivious that they're doing it. And then I see this happening on every last person on the train. Like I was on the train and someone projected, just like even right now, um, projected, and they feel the energy of tiredness or the lethargic feeling, like I was about to doze off. I was like, wait a minute, this is not my energy. I'm not tired. That's why I started to get into the thing like, wait a minute, I have infinite energy. I don't have to be tired. That's how I was able to be on the train ride for 24 hours and not even go to sleep or even feel like I needed to go to sleep because I know my energy will sustain itself. And I felt that people projecting like the energy of like tiredness. I started to get tired. I was like, why am I getting tired? It's because people was constantly pulling on it, pulling on my energy. So I was like, call my energy, and I separated my energy from everybody else. Like I expelled all the projections, and everybody started coughing and sneezing like crazy as soon as I did that because immediately the energy that was consuming on of me became too much of a higher vibration, so they start coughing it up. I'm like, and my energy started to come back into my being. So yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah, today we did a green mist meditation with Cryon. It's my first time actually like being in person and feeling Cryon's energy. Just go whoosh. It took over the whole entire room. The energy of Cryon. There's something like I can't even put into words, but it was magical. In Arkansas, this is this area is the crown chakra of the earth because underneath it is a crystal mountain that's upside down. That's why there's so many crystals in Arkansas. It is the crown chakra. Give me one sec. I'm connecting. I'm gonna be balanced to our seven chakras, connecting to the root chakra. Root chakra is being filled with the color red. Yellow. Sacral chakra. guess it's the same color. Fourth chakra, heart chakra. I don't know how to. Neutralizing all negative programs concerning me. All hexes and curses and misfortunes are removed from our ethereal form. My soul is filled with light. I thank my enemies for this invaluable experience. In this moment, I consider eternity full of loving kindness. Filled to color green. Fifth chakra. Now filled with color blue. Sixth chakra. I do not allow anyone to influence my conscious or subconscious mind. Any decision I make as a consequence of the consequence of the intuitive channel. Feel the deep blue. Seventh chakra in the south. The lotus is now opening. The energy of the absolute flows within. We're now part of the most powerful energy, integral part of the system, filled with the violet color. If you really want to bring balance and learn more about the chakra systems, I advise to buy Ernest Vader's Chakra course. Thank you to the angelic realm for supporting and assisting me in this healing today. Thank you to all those who joined me today. May your soul be filled with light. Namaste.